His brain doesn't function like everybody else's brain. You know, relaxing, going on a long vacation, you know, experiencing things that you haven't experienced in your life because you've constantly been working and grinding. It's just not Vince.
Right.
He's going to work until the day he drops dead.
Vince McMahon is not throwing in the towel just yet, as the former WWE chairman is in the beginning stages of creating a new entertainment company, according to PW Insider. And despite his ongoing legal issues, McMahon's new venture is being described as an entertainment hub company and will reportedly focus on producing film and TV projects in the realms of fiction and non-fiction.
Let me just say that I've made mistakes, obviously, both personally and professionally through my 50-year career. Owned up to every single one of them and then moved on.
According to the report, several ex-WWE employees, including Brad Blum, have already offered their services to Vince McMahon's film and TV business. Blum was WWE's chief operating officer under McMahon and stayed on board with the company after McMahon's second ousting earlier this year. This past May, however, Blum resigned after it was discovered that he was corporate officer number 2 in the Janel Grant lawsuit.
You may have heard about the shocking sex abuse lawsuit being leveled at WWE boss Vince McMahon by a former employee.
New allegations have emerged involving WWE billionaire CEO Vince McMahon.
Talking about the WWE's culture, saying it's toxic, abusive, widespread, pervasive.
Kristen Prouty, a former WWE executive instrumental in ushering Logan Paul into the WWE family, is reportedly also connected to the project. She was laid off in May following Endeavor's purchase of the global pro wrestling promotion.
Endeavor announcing WWE and UFC will combine to form a $21 billion global live sports and entertainment company.
Sources claim that McMahon will not pursue the formation of a new pro wrestling company nor anything competitive with the WWE. The company is preparing for launch should McMahon get cleared of all his charges, with the Los Angeles headquarters planned.
You know, he's in an interesting place because the election's a real big deal for him. Because if Trump wins, I just don't see the Justice Department investigation going anywhere. If he doesn't win, then it's up to what they find.
Vince McMahon is no stranger to projects outside the pro wrestling sphere, as in 1990 he created the World Bodybuilding Federation in an attempt at cornering the bodybuilding circuit the Wader brothers made famous with their IFBB organization's Mr. Olympia contest.
You gotta want it. You gotta want it, baby! You gotta want it!
For Vince McMahon's latest project, the World Bodybuilding Federation. Originally announced to the public by McMahon's Titan Sports in September 1990, this organization now boasts the allegiance of 13 bodybuilding superstars and claims it is ready to give bodybuilding something that is long overdue, mainstream acceptance.
These are extraordinary athletes. Athletes that indeed, for a long, long time now, should have been part of mainstream Americana. That's what we intend to do. If you take a vitamin, you are bodybuilding. If you exercise properly in some manner, you are bodybuilding. That's what we're all about, is bodybuilding in the general sense of the term, notwithstanding the specific sense as it relates to competition.
However, the WBF shut down amidst the cloud of McMahon's steroid trial.
It seems to me that we're losing sight of the fact that steroids were legal at the time. I mean, it was just as legal.
Not in some states they were, and they were not legal in Florida.
Federal,
Federally, they were legal in Florida.
In 2001, McMahon joined forces with NBC magnate Dick Ebersol to create the XFL, an alternative to the NFL.
We will take you places where the NFL is afraid to take you. Because quite frankly, we're not afraid of anything. This will not be a league for panty waist or sissies.
The XFL, however, closed down the same year it debuted.
There's a part of me that says it could still be ongoing and it would be a success. There's another part that says, cut your losses, and concentrate on other things and go forward. And that's really what we did.
As for the film and TV space, Vince McMahon has ventured there as well, as he helped produce a number of WWE branded feature films with superstars like John Cena, Kane, Randy Orton, and The Rock.
Sir, get your taillights fixed. It's your last warning.
What's wrong with my taillights?
They're broken.
A number of wrestling insiders have voiced their opinions with regards to Vince McMahon's new business venture, including Al Snow, who had the following to say.
I'm not surprised because we know that Vince sold off quite a lot of stock to garner a lot of funds. He clearly was stockpiling money for a purpose, a reason, I would imagine, and this being it. I guess the reason I say interesting is, and I'm not saying this is to impugn Vince, his intellect, anything, but every time he's undertaken a venture outside of professional wrestling, for all of his success within professional wrestling, whenever he has tried to put his hand into some other form of entertainment, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's never worked out well. And what I mean, like when he did the WBF, the bodybuilding, you know, and all of that, you would think that would just be a natural fit for him and that he could transfer his knowledge, experience, understanding of marketing, promotion, etc., to that. But the same with football, you know, with the XFL. You would think that, again, you could just transfer and take what you know, experience-wise and understanding of just general marketing and promotion, and just apply those. And you should be considering the amount of success in professional wrestling, you would think he would be able to just walk right through the door and open up the next thing and take off like a rocket. And that hasn't been the case. Even when WWE opened up their own film division, though they were at a modicum of success, but they weren't, to the point where you would have thought they would have been in light of the fact that of such a long-standing and existing audience for the talent that were in those movies. So I'm kind of curious as to watch and see how this goes. And why would he do it? Well, I don't know why I'm asking that. I know him. I know why. I mean, he's a lunatic.
Eric Bischoff has stated that it's going to be extremely tough for Vince McMahon moving forward because of the ongoing investigation as well as the comparisons with Harvey Weinstein.
It's going to be really tough. Look, Harvey Weinstein, and I don't mean to compare the two cases or even the two individuals, but it's the same general kind of, thing, right? It's people's reaction to that type of controversy is not good. And I just can't imagine, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be interested in going into business with Vince McMahon at this point because of the backlash that it would create. You don't even have to be very astute when it comes to business or public relations or current events to understand that you've got advertisers that will react. You've got a large part of the audience that's going to be very vocal, and just a shit show of disaster.
Jim Cornette stated that because of Vince McMahon's age, that he should just take it easy and enjoy the rest of his life and basically just retire for good.
Why? He's 80 years old. In addition to the money he already had, he just over the last couple years got $2 billion from the sale of all his stock. Why? Why do anything? Why not? You could afford to live anywhere you want. Live on the beach, live in the mountains, live in a penthouse. You can afford to go anywhere you want. If you want to go somewhere, even though you're fucking 80 years old, you probably shouldn't get far away from a toilet. Help some people. Get a dog. Play with a cute little puppy. Contribute to some charities. Do some public work. Why does he want to start another company? Did I mention he's fucking 80? I'm 63 and I'm about finished with all y'all son of a bitches. I don't understand this. Besides that, he's going to have to wait till he gets cleared before anybody. He believes he's going to be cleared, apparently. But he'll have to be cleared before anybody will do any kind of serious business with him. Will he not?
Vince Russo stated that McMahon still has to overcome a number of obstacles before this venture can take off.
All this stuff needs to pass in order for this to ever happen. First of all, we got to get past a federal investigation. That's number one. Once you say he's clear of that, he's clean of the federal investigation. Now we got to go to Janel Grant. Now we got to go to that. Now we got to go to the ring boy. So it's either number one, I guess what we're looking at is number one, he better hope through the federal government investigation they don't find anything. And then if he's able to get through that, I would assume he's just going to settle with everything else if possible. Otherwise, he's going to be tied up in a courtroom for years.
Teddy Long is of the opinion that Vince still has a lot to prove and that he has not been found guilty yet.
You know, he's a man that I would just consider as a gangster. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna stop him. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, and Vince has a lot to prove. So, and he's gonna let people know that. So, I'm kind of like Bill and you guys. You know, he's not guilty yet of these charges. So, I think him maybe getting something started now, or maybe rumors getting out right now talking about something, and maybe by the time he goes to court or whatever, and the outcome of whatever this is going to be, that will determine, you know, his future. But here's the other thing too, you know, like I said, with all these charges and stuff, but we got to look at this too. You know, the same thing happened with Bill Cosby, Henry Weinstein. And look, Bill Cosby even got convicted, and then they turned it around and found him not guilty. I think something like that, if I'm saying that right.
Now, regardless of what you might think of Vince McMahon, his driven nature, especially at his age, after all that he's accomplished, I mean, the guy's he's a billionaire. The fact that he still wants to keep on going is insane.
I've got an insatiable appetite for life, and I want more.
But in any case, let me know what you guys think in the comments. If all goes according to plan for Vince McMahon, do you think the entertainment industry will welcome him back? And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And if it's your first time on this channel, welcome and hope you enjoyed it. And please check out some of the other videos that I have on this channel.